What is strict liability, and how does it apply to criminal cases? Hi, my name is Carl Birkhead. I'm an attorney with Worth Law Office in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been practicing family and criminal law for almost 8 years now, and I want to help you make law easy by talking a little bit about strict liability and what that means for you. So, strict liability, it might sound a little weird. Basically, what this means is that you could be culpable of a crime without having the prerequisite mental aspect of it. So, just briefly, there are two main elements to a crime. There's the mens rea and there's the actus reus. They're both fancy Latin terms. Basically, it means the mental state and the physical act. In a strict liability setting, the mental state gets taken out entirely. There doesn't have to be any specific intent. There doesn't have to be any, malice aforethought. There doesn't have to be any negligence, reckless disregard, none of that. That's just out of the picture. It only focuses on the act itself. That's the main focus of these types of crimes. And I see it happen the most often with possession cases, possession of a firearm or possession of controlled dangerous substances. Because if they're anywhere, if they're anywhere near you, even just in your possession, in dominion of control, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's right in front of you, like this pen. Doesn't matter if it's over there in my office. If it's within my sphere of control, you can still be charged with possession of that, even if you didn't know it was there. I had a case like this a couple of years back. A client of mine, it was back when I first started practicing, a client of mine, she had some felonies on her record, very old felonies, and she was charged with possession of a firearm. How did this happen? Well, she was living with somebody else. Unbeknownst to her at the time, uh, a firearm had been taken from the home, was brought back, and was placed in the room where she was living in. She didn't know it was there. She didn't know how long it had been there. But somehow, some way, law enforcement got a tip, got a warrant, searched the place, went into her room, found the gun, and she picked up the charge. She didn't even know it was in there, but it was still within her sphere of control, and she got charged for it. So be very, very careful in these situations. Make sure that you know what's around you. Make sure you know if anyone's bringing stuff around you. Be aware of what it is. This applies to firearms. It applies to controlled dangerous substances, and sometimes not very as often these days, but sometimes it'll even apply to medical marijuana. If you're with someone who has a card and you don't, that could end up being an issue that could trip you up down the road. So be very aware of who you're with and what they have, and if you have questions about it, give me a call. My name is Carl Birkhead. I'm with Worth Law Office, and I want to help you make law easy. Thank you.